Welcome back to the Dragon Den. My loyal Dragonites, King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Metacom Toys Mafex Robocop from Robocop 2. And so here we have Robocop posed and out of the packaging, and once again we have a very impressive looking figure. And once again, before I get ahead of myself, let's run through his accessories. Robocop comes with a clean helmet as well as a battle damaged helmet. And 3 different mouthpieces look very good. He also comes with a multiple set of hands for style posing, his signature Auto 9 and its blast effect. He comes with his helmet wrench, a vial of Nuke, and Cain's brain, a battle damaged chest piece, and of course his open thigh holster. So a few more accessories than that previous Robocop figure, and they do work for Robocop 2. So with his accessories out of the way, let's take a look at Robocop. And so here we have a closer look at Robocop from Robocop 2, and I have to admit this is probably my most wanted figure from Robocop. Just like in the movie, Robocop's armor is done with this really beautiful iridescent metallic blue. And as you would expect, he shares the exact same sculpt with that previous Robocop figure. The head sculpt on Robocop is the exact same that we saw in that previous Mafex figure, but the paint is updated to reflect the second movie. Once again, we have the visor and the exposed mouth which Robocop is known for. The blue on his helmet is very vibrant, and I love the iridescent purple that went into it. And the details on the side of the armor do carry over, so he still has the OCP Police 001. And because Robocop does use the exact same mold from that previous Robocop figure, everything on here looks the exact same. The panel lining is still very beautiful here. We still have the plug on the right side of his armor and the vent on his right breastplate. And the sculpt work on the back of his armor is still spot on to what we saw in the movie. He has the exact same armor from that previous figure, but once again it's done in that beautiful iridescent metallic blue. Again, the black parts of his undersuit do look really good and are sculpted beautifully. The black armor on his forearm is still done in that really glossy plastic and carries over all those really nice little details. The waist is still that same black piece of plastic, which does a really good job covering up a lot of the articulation. The V-cut in his armor does reflect what we saw in the movie and matches it perfectly. The metallic iridescent blue is still done really nice here on his legs, and I absolutely love the way it looks here. And once again, the panel lining on his armor is done perfectly, all the way down to the OCP Police 001 on the left side of his armor. The lower legs continue that impressive sculpt work and that beautiful paint job, and once again we have those ball jointed pistons which help with articulation. And once again we have those massive feet that Robocop has which make noise as he walks. So despite having the exact same sculpt as that previous Robocop figure, the paint job on this makes it so much different. The details and paint really come together, showing off the difference in armor for Robocop from his appearance in Robocop 2. So with his details out of the way, let's get Robocop compared to our usual suspects. Here we have Robocop posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. The Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And so here we have Robocop from Robocop 2 posed next to the Mafex Robocop from Robocop 1. Because he uses that exact same mold from the previous figure, he'll fit perfectly with the rest of your Mafex collection and the rest of your 1/12 scaled figures. So with his comparisons once again out of the way, let's have a look at his limited articulation scheme. Robocop does have a double ball joint in the head and a ball joint in the neck. Ball socketed shoulders are on pull-out joints. Arms slightly hinge out to the side and do a full 360. A surprising double bend in his elbow. Hinge and swivel at his wrists. Ball joint in his upper torso and ball joints in his lower torso. Ball hinge hips do kick forward. They go back, out to the side slightly, and have a slight rotation. A single bend in his knees, a ball hinge in his ankle, and finally a toe hinge. So of course this figure is going to have the exact same articulation that we saw in that previous Robocop figure. There's absolutely no new pieces of articulation, but everything still works for the character. So with everything said and done, let's get Robocop from Robocop 2 posed for my final thoughts. And so here we have Robocop 2, the Renewal version, posed for my final thoughts, and overall I absolutely love this figure. Honestly, to me, when I think of Robocop, I think of that deep blue metallic iridescent armor that he had in the second movie, and this figure reflects that perfectly. I have no idea how Mafex was able to replicate that purple hue that we saw in the armor, but whatever they did, it shines perfectly here. You can see the difference in the blues and the purples. The inclusion of the Nuke vials and Cain's brain is just perfect for this figure, and I love what Mafex did with them. And of course, this Robocop does come with hands that correspond to each of those accessories, and one thing I do like is that you can use these hands with that previous Robocop figure. So overall, another solid release from Mafex, and a beautiful figure at that. And the inclusion of the battle damage in the final fight is just glorious. I love what Mafex has done with this figure. And once again, this is the Renewal version, so he's not the original figure that Mafex originally produced. Now, just like with that previous Robocop figure, Robocop 2 is kind of hard to come by, seeing as how he did sell out on sites like Hobbylink Japan and Big Bad Toy Store. However, I do feel like with better paint jobs and better quality of plastics, this is a much better figure than what we got originally. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other Mafex videos. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and some early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.